Hi everyone, welcome to Jilisha Garden. I'm Alice and I'm going to take you around my garden to see what is growing in April. So welcome. Starting right here we have celery. I have two plants. The way I use my celery is just to break off a few stems as it continues growing. So two will be more than enough. I also have some bulbing onions. These are the red variety. I also have some yellow ones that I'll be showing you. Then right here, I also have cilantro. And if I'm not wrong, this is Swiss chard. I also have kale. This is the branching one. It's called 1,000 heads because it ends up producing a lot of branches. This is, as you see, this is just one plant, and most of the time it's more than enough. Once the plant gets old, you just get one of the younger branches that you break off and plant. Let me see if I can show you one of the smaller plants that you can break off and then restart. This one, you can just break off this, stick it in the soil, and before you know it, it will root and give you a plant like this one. That's what I've been doing for the last more than 5 years since I was given the first branch. Once it gets old, I just break off and start a new one because it grows very tall. And in our area here in southern California, when the Santa Ana winds come that are very strong, they are sometimes blown over. So it's best to start afresh so that you don't want the plant to be too tall. Otherwise, if you're in an area that has no problem, you can continue harvesting from it for a long time. And then right here, I planted some vegetables. The spider plant. I don't see it sprouting yet. I'm just giving it time. Hopefully, it will sprout because I look forward to it every summer, spring, summer. Then here I tried to plant some carrots, but they didn't do well. I planted more in a fabric container and they're doing much better there. And then right here I've transplanted some, I think it's broccoli. Then I have a tomato here that has started growing. It's doing good. This is Swiss chard, I believe. I get confused sometimes between Swiss chard and beets because they tend to look the same when they're young. And then this is one of the few peas that survived when I planted, because this year, end of fall and this year, I really struggled growing peas. And the ones that have succeeded in planting or growing, I'm now fighting with the rats. They tend to love the peas very much. Then right here, I have some sugarcane. I've been enjoying some of them. And this is my container that I'm trying to put some strawberries in. because I am really fighting again with the rats with the strawberries that I have in the ground. This green mesh you're seeing is my attempt to try and keep the rats away. I'm hoping they would get entangled in it and stop coming, but we'll see. We're having a few strawberries coming up, but something always gets to them before I do. Then I also have the onions that are bolting right here. Once they bolt, they start producing the flowers and the onion won't grow any bigger. So my plan with this is to harvest them. Then I'm going to make onion powder by dehydrating them and grinding. It makes really good onion powder that tastes and smells much better than the one you'd buy in the store. And right here we have some cabbages. These ones are ready to be harvested actually. And here I have more bulbing onions, the red ones. Then I have here broccoli. Then those are my calendula flowers. Then here is more broccoli whose head I harvested and the shoots are now coming out. I've been harvesting a few shoots. And this is another broccoli too. More strawberries. Then I also transplanted some cucumber. I have like 3 cucumbers that I've put on this trellis. For this trellis, I just joined 2 tomato cages right here. I've joined to make a taller one. So I hope it should be able to support the cucumbers because I used it last year and it did a good job. Then here I also planted a tomato. Don't know if you can see it, it's pretty tiny right there. And again I have the tomato cages that I've combined that I'm going to use as support because this is an indeterminate tomato that may grow up to 10 feet if it's not killed by disease. Here we have garlic. If you can grow your own garlic because it tends to be stronger, more flavorful, you don't need to use as many cloves as you do when you buy the ones from the store, because I think the ones from the store have stayed really long and they're losing most of their flavor. This is the soft neck garlic. The soft neck garlic tends to last a longer time in storage than the hard neck. These are the hard neck ones that I've planted. Actually, this area is not supposed to be for the hard neck because hard necks tends to do better in areas that have cold winters. We don't. So what you do is you can improvise by putting the garlic cloves in the refrigerator. I did that for about 6 to 8 weeks. And then after that, I came to plant them in the garden. Just remember, you're putting them in the refrigerator, not in the freezer. If you put in the freezer, you'll be killing them, because that is just trying to trick the garlic into thinking it's just gone through a period of winter. So once you plant them, they are able to sprout and grow. I planted them last year for the first time, and I loved them, especially the fact that they produce scapes which you can harvest and use. Like right here, I can see, I just realized they've started producing the scapes right here. This is a scape. Maybe I'll show you later when it grows. This one too is starting to produce a scape. Yeah, the scapes are now. Oh, right here is another scape. Yeah, once the scape have grown to a nice size, you just cut them off and use them in your cooking, while the rest of the garlic continues to grow. So this is the red cabbage, and these are the white onions that have started bulbing up. There's another red one, red cabbage. And I also have peas. This was after my maybe third or fourth attempt, and I just ended up with about 4 plants only. In this pot, I'm going to put the Okinawa sweet potatoes. I planted in this same pot last year, and they did very well. I already fertilized it, and I just covered it with mulch, waiting for the planting season to come round. I think I'll put more phosphorus in there as I plant them today. In this pot, I have Irish potatoes. They're just starting to sprout. The variety I have is called Yukon Gold. I don't know if you can see the name. Try to show you. Yukon Gold. I also have some potatoes in this container. They volunteered from last year, so I'm not sure what variety they are. We'll see when we harvest. I also have some cauliflower. This plant is so tiny, but it's busy eating the cauliflower, so I don't know if it will continue growing bigger. I think this is another cauliflower right here. I think the problem I had is they had aphids, so because of the stressing, they were stressed out and they started producing when they're still very small. There's another red cabbage. Then this could be Swiss chard, could be beets. We'll see. This is my fig tree that is just starting to branch out after being pruned. And then this is the pomegranate, after it's come out of its dormant phase. Then right here are the cabbages that I planted in a sack. They sprouted and are doing much better than the ones I put in the ground, because my soil is clay, so it tends to be very hard for the carrots. And then here are some bunching onions or multiplying onions that sprouted. I think I'll do the same with these ones. I'll harvest them and just use the ends right there to produce onion powder. I think Right here we have leeks. Right here, leeks. About 5 of them, but I'm starting more. I'd rather stagger the planting so that we have a continuous supply. Then this is cilantro. This cilantro seeds I got from Kenya because I realized the cilantro here in the US tastes very different than the one from Kenya. The one from Kenya is more fragrant, so I made sure I get the seeds and I've started planting them here. Then I have more seedlings here that I haven't transplanted of various brassicas, broccoli. I think mainly is broccoli and maybe some cauliflower. Then right here are my tomatoes, a row of Roma tomatoes. These are determinate, so they don't grow very tall. Then I have more onions, bunching onions, the red ones. Then it looks like here I started some onions. I have some little seeds here, but I don't remember what seeds they are. We'll see. I think this year I need to be more organized with labeling. Then these are more of the cilantro that I planted from Kenya, and these ones have dried and produced seeds. I'm going to harvest these seeds for the future. And then here are the peas, the few that survived. I don't know, this particular peas here, I planted them, but they're turning yellow. They didn't produce any pods, nothing. But the problem I've been having with my peas is the rats. They go onto the plant and eat all the peas, that bunch, and we have another one here. They've been feasting on my peas. And it's like the problem, once the peas are done and I'm planting the corn, that will be their target. Now the rats will change to go to the corn. Then right here, I have more Irish potatoes. These are the purple variety. They are called, let's see if I can show you the name. The name is Adirondack Blue. That's the name. That's the first time I'm planting them. And right here we have some bush beans. Then all these baskets are covering corn, because the first set that I planted, the rats came and dug up. So this corn are the only ones that survived the first planting. So I'm covering these ones until they grow a little bit bigger before I remove them, because these rats are just a bit too much. Then here I have more onions. These are the yellow ones. Then I do still have some more onions here that need to be transplanted. Then I have some more here. And then this tomato is from last year. I just broke off a branch, stuck it in the soil, and it's growing. It's ahead of all the others. These beautiful flowers are from the pea plant. This pea plant is not edible, so it's just for the beauty of the flowers that I grew them. Have a really nice smell. And I have more red cabbage. and onions. I've tried to interplant the onions all over the garden. This is the red cabbage again. And then in this container, I have the cassava. It dropped all the leaves during winter, but the leaves have started coming back again. It had some cassava, but they were not big enough, so I'm giving them more time. Don't know if we can see them. Right here, you see the cassava is forming. It's still very thin, so I think that's as big as it is. So I just need to give it more time for it to continue growing. So that is going to be it for now. Until next time, thank you for watching, and please consider subscribing, sharing, or leaving a comment. I really appreciate that. Thank you.